My name is Nick Vujicic, and I love traveling around the world, fishing, golfing, and swimming. I love living life. I am happy.
Are you happy? A simple question, a complicated answer. Most of us would probably say, it depends. It depends on our health, our abilities, our talents, at least relative to everybody else's. It depends on how well our relationships are going right now. Are people treating me right? Am I with the girl I love or the guy I want? It depends on whether or not I'm getting my way politically or how I'm doing financially. It depends on whether or not I feel respected, successful. It depends on whether or not I got it figured out, this faith thing, or how to love, or even my life. And if our conditions are not met, we end up blaming other people or circumstances for our unhappiness. We make ourselves victims of our circumstances. Even though we might not want to admit it to ourselves, some of us even sometimes don't really want to be happy. We don't trust happiness. It's so much easier to complain. So much easier to be victim. We fail to take responsibility for our own happiness. We fail to see that no matter what the circumstances, no matter what anyone chooses around us, no matter how unfairly we are treated, we really can be happy. We can choose joy. We might think we've got it so bad and there's no pain like our pain, until we are confronted with a different perspective, until Easter sneaks up on us, even in a YouTube video, of all places.
I love living life. I am happy. Thank you very much. Nice to see you. My name is Nick Vujicic, and it's a pleasure to be with you. So I have no limbs, but I have my little chicken drumstick. And so it's like, you like that? That would be really cool if I could get this and get some techno going. Like, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. There you go. You like that? Is that cool? Beautiful. But honestly, along the way, you might fall down like this. Ready? Good. So what do you do when you fall down? Get back up. Everybody knows to get back up, because if I start walking, I'm not going to get anywhere. But I tell you, there are some times in life where you fall down and you feel like you don't have the strength to get back up. Do you think you have hope? Because I tell you, I'm down here, face down, and I have no arms, no legs. It should be impossible for me to get back up, but it's not. You see, I will try 100 times to get up, and if I fail 100 times, if I fail and I give up, do you think that I'm ever going to get up? No. But if I fail, I try again, and again, and again. But I just want you to know that it's not the end. It matters how you're going to finish. Are you going to finish strong? you will find that strength to get back up like this.
The truth can be so simple, really. The responsibility for our own happiness is ours. It doesn't have to depend on anything. Your happiness and mine is a choice. That almost sounds trite, doesn't it? Maybe we've all heard it before, but if we have, we keep forgetting. As I listen to the strident conversations out there, as I listen to the litanies of angers unresolved and the free rein we give our crabbiness, it is apparent to me that we are forgetting. We keep forgetting that we can be happy no matter what. We can choose joy. Easter won't let us forget that. Because this Jesus died and he rose in us, this resurrection power is within us now. It's within each of us now. That's why we can choose joy no matter what. We can make that choice in the face of any limitation. Any limitation. We can make that choice when we fall. Easter tells us we have the power to get up. Even if we can't get up like everybody else does, we can still find a way, even if it takes 101 times to do it. We can make this choice even when we face the limits of our bodies and our minds. Because Easter tells us that if we don't have arms, we can still embrace others with love. Jihei has shown us all this year how true some of this really is as we've made our way through RCIA here. Easter tells us that if we can't dance with our legs, we can dance with our hearts. And even if we can't travel to distant places, we can travel into the depths of our own and our friends' hearts. And there is no journey more beautiful, no adventure more exciting in all the world than the journey we make into our own hearts and into the hearts of our friends. We can make that choice even when we are discouraged. When our kids aren't turning out the way we hoped they would, and we worry that we had something to do with that. When the behavior of some in our own church scandalizes us, and in our own government breaks our hearts. While we might not know how we will make it through this present crisis, Easter tells us we can. So that we don't have to give up, you see. We don't have to stop caring about the church or about the government or about our relationships, even when they get complicated and painful. Easter gives us the power to find our way again. We can make that choice even in the face of death. No matter the depth of our grief, and it can be awful sometimes, from the depth of every tomb to the hilltop of every Calvary, we can choose joy because we know this grief will not defeat us. Statistics tell us that it is likely that there is a person or two here tonight who is considering suicide. It could be any of us someday. Too many college students around the country have made that choice just this past year. If that's you tonight, Easter tells you that you can be happy again. It will take some work and likely some time. But if you don't trust me, trust the feast. Trust Easter. As the man said, if you give up, you will never, ever get up. And you can get up again. I don't have to fix the circumstances of my life to be happy, you see. Nor does anyone have to fix it for me. Because this happiness that Easter holds out in front of us, it's an inside job. Yes, it matters how we are going to finish. But it also matters that we know we can. What it will take is learning to trust this Easter power within us. And learning to cultivate the gratitude we can in the midst of these difficulties and misfortunes so that they can be transformed. Learning how to say thank you for even the worst of times and in the midst of them is the only way I know out. As one poet described it, you will see your difficulties in a different light as if you had wrapped them in a film of pure gold. As the Universal Church begins its celebration of the Easter mystery tonight, the gospel asks an incredibly simple yet absolutely imperative question. Do you choose to be happy?
My name is Nick Vujicic, and I love traveling around the world, fishing, golfing, and swimming. I love living life. I am happy.